Your ex-husband, who's my husband now, got promoted even more. I heard the rumor. He became a professor at a university hospital 2 years ago, right? I thought you'd be more surprised. Whatever. It's been a while, but you're this blunt? Aren't you still upset about what happened 5 years ago? I'm busy. Are you done? What do you mean you're busy? You're so incompetent that you quit a simple job just to hand out medicine. You need a national license to become a pharmacist. It's not an easy job. I can handle that kind of thing. I mean, whose fault is it that I quit my job? When I told Toby that you were having an affair, he believed me and shared about it in the hospital, didn't he? I heard he did it to get sympathy from everyone. Because of that, people started giving me a cold look and I had to quit. I'm sorry to hear that. I never cheated on him in the first place. Why did you lie to him? It's true that you were with a guy, isn't it? I have photos to prove it. The photos you showed him are from when I was a student, right? I was walking around the town and I happened to see you walking with an old guy. So I heard to take a picture of you two. The guy I was with was a customer from my club. I was just accompanying him to dinner. You were a stripper, weren't you? Yeah, to earn money for the college tuition. Dad said he wouldn't pay a penny, so I worked hard. You weren't succeeding in your job, were you? I've been a stripper once, but I've never seen a person as ugly as you there. I don't care about that. You've made up a fake story and never apologized. How dare you? Then why don't you just explain to Toby that it was a fake story? I didn't tell him that I used to work at a stripper club. So he said he couldn't believe the information I gave him after what he has heard. He won't listen to me. Wow, he doesn't trust you at all. But fortunately, he didn't ask you to take any responsibility regarding this divorce, even though you cheated. Such a nice guy. He did tell me that he won't share the property. Oh, so he took everything? You're really miserable. Neither Toby nor my coworkers believe me. Even Dad took your side. Under those circumstances, I didn't have any energy left to argue about the money. Ugly people are so sad that they can't be trusted. On the other hand, I'm beautiful, so I was able to marry Toby and live happily ever after. There's nothing more than having a good face. Can I go now? Talking to you makes me remember the past, and I feel depressed. Wait a minute. I didn't text you to talk about the past like this. I actually had something important to tell you. What is it? Did you hear that Dad got sick? 5 years ago. You remember what happened. Since then, we haven't been in touch, so I haven't heard anything. He has some kind of brain disease. He will need nursing care. Oh, that's why I'm asking you to take care of him. What? I have a lot of duties as a doctor's wife. I can't take care of him. You're a housewife. You don't have a job. First of all, Dad loved you too much. Why don't you return the favor? That's what Mom is telling me too, and I'm in trouble. She's asking me to take care of him since he treated me so well. She's demanding things that don't make sense. What's the problem? If you don't want to do it yourself, why don't you talk to Toby about it and think of hiring a caregiver or something? It's a waste of money spending on parents. Wow, you're a heartless person. So are you. When we were young, I was compared to you every day. Mom and Dad even told me that they didn't want to spend money on an ugly girl. I don't want to take care of a person like that. What? You were loved by them, and they paid for all of your tuition. They even paid your living expenses until you married Toby. They have done a lot. That's something they did on their own, right? And now you guys are asking me to return the favor? Don't you think that's a bit arrogant? Don't force me to do it. I'm busy at work. I don't have time to take care of Dad anyways. You're working? You thought I've been unemployed for 5 years without finding a new job? Since you're incompetent, I thought you were homeless or something. No, of course not. But it doesn't sound like it's a big job. You didn't go to a college and ended up getting a job, which was to do a simple task like handing out pills. I've told you many times, it's not easy. It's a job, you need knowledge. Don't show off yourself. Alright, I'll leave you to take care of Dad. I'm counting on you. I told you I can't. I'm Katie. I'm 34 years old and I got divorced once. My sister, Stephanie, who is 4 years older than me, received extravagant love from our parents. So she grew up to be selfish. She has always been a jerk and looked down on me. I hated my family and wanted to be independent as soon as possible. I spent my school days studying hard and became a qualified pharmacist. And then I got a job at a university hospital. There, I met and married my ex-husband, Toby, who is a doctor. But I made a mistake of introducing him to my parents and sister. My sister must have liked him. She wanted him to leave me. So she tricked him with a fake story, and as a result, we divorced. She married Toby without any shame, and I was thrown into the depths of unhappiness. Now that 5 years have passed, I have calmed down. My work was going well, and I had almost forgotten about my family. So I was surprised to receive a message from my sister. Although I was a little worried about my dad, I still could not forgive my family. So I refused to take care of him. But my sister would not listen to me and tried to threaten my peace in an unbelievable way. I can't believe you work for a popular cosmetics company. Well, I'm sure it's not a big job anyway. What? How did you know? I asked you to take care of Dad, but I heard you haven't been home. I said no. I had no choice but to have a private investigation find out where you work. Why would you do that? I'm getting so tired of hearing from Mom. If you don't go home soon, I'll be in real trouble. Then do something about it. She's asking you to do it, right? No, I can't. I won't take care of him even if you say so. I'll spread bad rumors and make you unemployed like I did before. Excuse me? Let's say the reason you got divorced is because you cheated on him. I'm sure if people at your current workplace find out, you'll have a hard time staying there. That's why you identified my workplace. If you don't want to lose your job again, you'd better listen to me. You know me well. See ya. I just got home. You finally gave up, huh? Well, take good care of him. I'm not taking care of him. What? I just came home today to talk to Mom. You've got to be kidding me. If you don't take care of him, I'll tell about the affair to your people at work. I told them about your threats, so they won't have a problem. You know I have pictures, right? I don't think they'll believe you when I tell them. Those pictures are from the days you were a stripper. They already know I used to be a stripper. You bitch! Don't think you're smart just because you got a head start. I'll make sure you'll be the one to take care of him. I'm moving overseas, so I can't take care of him anyways. Huh? I'm going to work overseas. You're lying, right? It's true. To be honest, I live a better life than you. Don't show yourself off. Toby made over $100,000 this year. There's no way you have a better life than me. That's less than my monthly income. What do you mean? I'm the president of the cosmetics company. By the way, my annual turnover is over $15 million. What? If you checked with a private investigation, couldn't you find out about that as well? It costs a lot of money to do a very detailed investigation, so I could only do a quick check. So you didn't know I was the president. But how did you get to be the president of a popular cosmetics company? I used my knowledge of pharmacology to develop skin-friendly cosmetics, and it went viral. How could it be? There are products that can be used by people with allergies. The medical industry is paying attention to it, and there are even people overseas who use it. But how did you start your own business? You were kicked out after the divorce with no money. He didn't share the property, but I still had my savings. Plus, I had a friend who was willing to invest in the company. So the whole thing went smoothly. You knew someone like that? He's the guy in the picture that you have. This old man? He liked me since I was a stripper. He runs a medical equipment company. And he agreed with what I wanted to do and even invested in me. How can you be friends with someone like that? I was the most popular girl at the club in New York, you know? No way! You're ugly! People tend to think that in a club, the most beautiful person will become the best. But if you have good performance, you don't have to be very pretty to be the best. I don't understand. You don't have a bad face. But your skill was poor. And you've always been an unpopular stripper, right? How did you know that? I heard rumors about when you were a stripper. You never remembered your customers' faces and only talked about yourself. You never got chosen by anyone. That's... As a result, you were almost getting in your 30s and didn't even make it as a stripper. So, you took Toby away from me and got married, hoping to get rich. This was your plan, correct? Dad's retirement was coming up, so I thought I had to get married soon. Toby was a doctor and had a good income. Oh boy, and when you were a stripper, you bought expensive clothes and jewelry, even though you couldn't afford them, so you've borrowed money, right? You even know about the debt? Mom told me. It seems like you borrowed $10,000 under Dad's name. Well, yes, but it's been almost 5 years since I borrowed the money, and you should have cleared the balance at this point. He hasn't paid a penny. Why not? Don't you remember asking him to pay for now, because once you marry a rich guy, you'll pay him back fully? I do remember that, so that's why he should have paid on my behalf, right? But you got married to Toby right after you borrowed the money, so Dad thought you became rich already, and you were going to pay back the debt. So that's why he didn't pay at all. I never heard about that. I mean, don't they usually send you reminders if you're behind on payments? I heard they did, but Mom and Dad said that you were the guarantor, so they thought the same letter should have been sent to you as well. That's why they ignored it. What? Moreover, I checked the mail at our house today and found a complaint from the court. Does that mean I'm going to court? You've been ignoring this debt for so long. Of course you're going to court. Give me a break. You and Dad are so stupid. I'm ashamed to be related to you by blood. It's a little hard to pay $10,000 out of nowhere. Including delayed interest, it's almost double the amount. That much? That's how much you'd have to pay if you left it for almost 5 years. You deserve it. You should help me. You're my family. Even for family, the law says I can refuse to cover your debts, which means I won't help you. Then I'll refuse too. The debt is under Dad's name. You're the guarantor, aren't you? If that's the case, you're legally obligated to take over the debt. Okay, fine. I'll talk to Toby. He makes $100,000 a year, so I can manage. I don't know if you can count on that income from now on. Huh? What do you mean? I just overheard something. Toby seems to be sued for medical issues. No way! Is he going to jail? I don't think it will go that far. The patient seems to have after effect. He might be fined and suspended from medical practice. Does that mean he can't be a doctor anymore? I guess so. Why now? Damn! He wasn't very skilled as a doctor. Why did you marry such a man? He was very good with people. Everyone around him liked him. That's why I married him. I never imagined we'd part ways like this, though. I thought he was nice and good at talking too, but... Well, because of his good character, when you spread the fake story, everyone was on his side, and that hurt me a lot. But he hasn't made any mistakes until now, right? It's been 2 years since he got promoted. How can he make a medical mistake now? There's definitely some kind of mistake. Everyone liked him, so until now, he had some supports from them, which didn't make cases a big deal. Then why didn't they help him this time? When you become a professor, you won't have much support from others. When I heard about his promotion, I thought he might make a mistake soon, but I didn't expect it to be this big. Isn't it also important for a doctor to have good technique when they get promoted? Technique is important, but it also depends on relationships and luck, to be honest. He just happened to get promoted by luck, I guess. Oh God. But I'm glad we got divorced before anything serious happened. I guess I have you to thank for that. Once again, thank you. I'm sorry for everything, I'm sorry. So please help me. You're changing your attitude now? I don't have anyone I can rely on. My in-laws hate me too. Why do they hate you? They seem to like you. They couldn't forgive me for making you divorce and remarrying him without your permission. I thought I didn't have anyone on my side at that time, but Toby's father and mother trusted me. I feel a little better now. If I don't do anything, I won't be able to pay the rent for the house. I'll have to move out. I'll do whatever you say, so just help me. Then why don't you live with our parents? We own the house, so you won't have to pay the rent, right? Then I'd have to take care of Dad. You're a housewife. You do have the time, right? You can try. Please, at least give me some money. I can't help you. Well then, I'm busy. Now if you excuse me, goodbye. Hobby was later ordered to stop his medical practice and fined due to the medical accident. In addition, he had to repay Stephanie's debt and his savings were almost gone. They were forced to live with our parents due to difficulties in making a living. Mom had been a housewife like my sister for many years, so she was selfish, and she said she did not want to take care of Dad either. Hobby managed to find a job and started working, but his income was less than half of what it had been before. Plus, my sister started working a part-time job, but due to her bad character, she kept getting into trouble and had to move from job to job, which means her income was not stable. She was also busy taking care of Dad. As for me, I am happy with my job overseas. It was a long road, but my sister, parents, and ex-husband have been punished, so I feel much better now.
I heard your daughter's playing the role of the princess at the Christmas party. Let my daughter Eva play that role. Are we doing this again? It's already been decided, we can't change it. Plus, it's not our place to butt in. Eva gets the main character, that's how it should be. I mean, does Eva even want to play the princess to begin with? From what I heard from my daughter, Eva volunteered to play one of the village people. My daughter's a sweet girl. She gave the princess role to your kid. Your daughter likes Oliver, the boy who plays the king, right? I think Eva knew that. That's why she gave up the princess role. True, my daughter is good friends with Oliver, but I'm not sure if she likes him or not. The one who marries Oliver is my daughter. What? Who are we to decide who our children are going to end up with? I mean, do you even know what Eva thinks of Oliver? My daughter is marrying a rich family. That's how it's going to be. Oliver seems clever, and he's very handsome. If Eva and Oliver get married, their children are going to be so cute. Hey, they're still in elementary school. Isn't it a tad early to think of who they're going to marry? No, it's not. It's important. We have to start thinking about it now. This is our family's parenting motto, stay out of it. Alright, but maybe you should care more about what Eva thinks and feels. Don't you dare lecture me. You do realize that you are a lesser person than I am, right? What makes you think that? Because I'm the daughter of a landowner, duh. You won't be able to stay in this town if you offend me. You know that, don't you? Not again. Just because your parents own a piece of land doesn't mean you can do whatever you want, you know. You should at least act decently as a person. Are you insinuating that I'm not a decent person? Well, you should reevaluate yourself on how you treat others around you. What don't you like about me? Well, for example, you always make others do things you don't want. But as soon as they do something you don't like, you bitch and complain. You not only bitch and complain, you also ask for consolation money sometimes. And if the other moms talk back to you, you threaten them saying something might happen to their kids. But that's your guys' fault for not doing what I want. I'm the top mom, you know. You guys and I belong to different social classes. You don't even have the right to talk back to me. No one's going to be your friend anymore if you keep that attitude. I'm the top mom, so I will always have friends around me. Anyway, getting back to the Christmas play, talk to your daughter about it, will you? To let Eva play the princess. We've already talked about it. No. I'll make sure you suffer if Eva doesn't get the role. Hey, no threats like that. Then, let Eva play the princess. Your daughter playing the princess role won't cut it, you know? She doesn't even have that princess aura. She doesn't even look like a princess at all. Don't talk like that about my daughter. I'm going to lose it soon unless you stop. I'd like to see you lose it. Not scary at all. I guess talking to you won't change anything. I'll handle it my way. What? What do you mean by that? Sophia? Sophia, will you just stop? Stop what? Don't play dumb. You're talking shit to my daughter on her way back from school. That's because you won't let Eva get the princess role. I'll stop if you let Eva play the princess. No, I will not do that. I'm going to have to report it to school unless you stop hurting my daughter. Huh? You don't have to report it to school. Come on. Yes, I do. I'll let the school know unless you stop. Well, are you going to stop? Oh, hush. Fine, I'll stop. All right. I'm not going to forgive you if you did something like that again. Hey, you promised me you'd never do anything to hurt my daughter, didn't you? Oh, did you hear it from your daughter? Yes, I did. You freaking hit my daughter multiple times? She's still crying. Your daughter was being selfish, so I taught her a lesson using my hands. If they won't listen to what you're saying, then you have to make them listen to you by force, you know? I have a video as proof. Be prepared. What? There was no one around me then. Well, maybe not where you could see. But there was someone who saw the whole thing from a distance. There was? Who was it, by the way? It was Ellie. Ellie? You mean Oliver's mom? That's right. She came running to my daughter when she heard her cry. I guess you took off the second you heard her footsteps. Oh, they were Ellie's footsteps. And Ellie took a video of the whole scene? No, someone else did. Who was videotaping? Where were the other witnesses also? It was Ellie's middle school son that took the video. He was at the Christmas party. Oh yeah, I remember him being there. He was with Ellie and saw the whole thing. He took the video hoping it would help somehow. I had no idea someone was filming that. Of course not. You seemed so focused on hitting my daughter. They brought my daughter back to me. She was in tears. They even gave me the video of you hitting her. I can't thank them enough for that. What? I was sure I could get away with it. And out of all people, Ellie had to see that, huh? She said she wants nothing to do with you anymore, Sophia. Well, that's not going to happen. Eva and Oliver are getting married in the future. Yeah, only in your dream. I'm sure Eva wants to marry a rich, handsome man. Whatever. A police report? You've got to be shitting me. I'm serious. Don't you remember what I told you the other day? I said, I won't forgive you if you did something like this. I'm sorry. Don't take this to the police. No. What you did is a crime. I will not tolerate it. Well, I won't tolerate you filing a police report either. My daddy is going to be mad. Oh, don't worry. I've already talked to your father and got his permission. What? He said we can do whatever we want with you because you obviously committed a crime. I'm his daughter. He would never say that about me. You're just trying to threaten me, aren't you? Call him if you don't believe me. When did you talk to my daddy anyway? As soon as I found out about your violence against my daughter, I went to your father's place. He was working, but he was very polite and helpful. But it makes no sense that he's not going to be on my side. Your father, unlike you, knows what's right and wrong. I'm so glad the whole thing went so smoothly. Well, even if you have my daddy's permission, I won't allow it. You cannot file that police report. Something worse will happen if you don't listen to me. Oh my god. I was thinking about not filing the report if you'd shown some remorse. But obviously you have no remorse whatsoever, so I'm going to go ahead and report it. What? People like you need to get hurt to understand. No, wait! Alright, I'm on my way to the police now. No! I won't let you do that! Hey! How could you do this to me? You! He said he's ready to divorce me any time. Oh, it's been a while, Sophia. Have you turned over a new leaf yet, now that you've been arrested? Hey, don't talk to me like that. This is all your fault. Eva told me she hates me. I'm sure Eva had been holding it in all this time. Huh? You've been treating Eva like she's your puppet. What are you saying? You made her take some after-school lessons she didn't want to take. You pressured her into getting A+s on all her tests. You made her wear designer clothes she didn't really like. You also chose her friends, for God's sake. Who can she hang out with and who she can't? Well, it's important, isn't it? She kept wanting to hang out with poor kids. I had to be a good mother and stop her from doing that. A good mother would allow her kids to hang out with whomever he or she wants. Parents have no place for kids' friendships. But hanging out with poor kids would ruin her future. If Eva was hanging around with violent kids, maybe yes, you need to say something. But she wasn't. Let her do what she wants. This is my parenting style. You stay out of it. In any case, how are you planning on taking responsibility for this? You're the one who needs to take responsibility for this. And you will pay that consolation money I requested. What? Why the hell would I need to pay you money? You ruined my life. You need to pay me. Even if you don't plan on paying me, I have the right to ask for consolation money. Plus, your father agrees to you paying. Your father is going to help you with the fine and consolation money anyway, isn't he? I'm a full-time housewife with no savings. There's no way I can pay all that by myself. You should be thanking your father for helping you out. You'd be deep in debt if he wasn't. No way in hell would I ever go into debt because of you. You better give me back the money my daddy pays you. And I will also request you pay me $10,000 for emotional distress. Don't be ridiculous. I'm not paying that. I would pay if I were you. Oh no, what are you planning now? Wouldn't you like to know? It's boring just painting graffiti on your house. Maybe I should burn it down. Screw you. How could you say such terrible things? You made me angry. I can understand why your husband and even your daughter got sick and tired of you. Your father is probably the next one to leave you. Bite me! You're being so annoying. I can make you leave this town just like that, you know. Try me. Are you thinking of spreading stupid rumors about me? How did you know that? That's what you always do whenever there's something you don't like. And you always say the same thing. But everyone seems so interested in what I say. I have people who's good at spreading rumors too. That's because they'd get in trouble if they didn't do what you asked them to. But they never really did. They were just pretending to obey you. No one believed any of the rumors you spread anyway. What? Maybe you don't know this, but they hate you more than you think. You're lying! I'm the top mom! They can't hate me! Well, you're just calling yourself the top mom. Huh? I'm the daughter of a landowner. I am a woman of power. Your father is a man of power, yes, but not you. If your father loses his status, what's left of you? Nothing. Don't say that! Ugh, you're going to see hell. I wouldn't do anything stupid if I were you. Screw you! I'm going to make you regret making me angry. Hello, Sophia. What are you up to? Oh, hi. What do you need? I was just curious what you're up to. No, you weren't. Why do you ask? Maybe you're on your break. Are you eating some sweets? Oh, well, how do you know that? Well, you like sweets, so I figure you'd be eating something sweet if you're on your break. Oh, okay. You scared me for a minute there. What are you talking about? I know you're at my house right now. What? Don't be ridiculous. I'm at home. I know everything. Huh? My next door neighbor just called me. She said she saw you break into my house. Apparently, you broke my windows. Oops, I didn't think anyone was watching me. But how did you know I was eating sweets? That's because I have a pet camera inside the room. I was watching you. Oh, wow! Well, now you know. I'm in your house. Ta-da! But you broke into my house. What you're doing right now is trespassing. Do you realize what you've done? I told you you'd see hell. Remember? So I smashed all the expensive-looking plates you had. All of them. You mean the plates on the display shelf? Yep. I figured they're expensive since they were being displayed. I also took some of your expensive items. Of course, I'll also make you pay me $10,000 for emotional distress. I've already called the cops on you. You did? I called them as soon as my neighbor let me know. They should be there any minute. What? Did you really call them? Well, of course. I'm also telling your father about this. Maybe this will be your last time. Wait, we're friends. Are you crazy enough to report your friend to the police? You're the crazy one. Your husband and your daughter are sick of you. And you still keep doing these ridiculous things. Are you stupid or something? Hey, I resent that! Well, you are stupid. Why else would you willingly do something illegal? Alright, I'm sorry. I was angry at you. I just wanted to hurt you a little, that's all. It looks like the only person you hurt was yourself. Please, not the police. And please don't tell my daddy about this. He told me he'd kick me out of the house if I did something again. I wouldn't be able to live on my own. You're old enough to live without your father's help. And you should be embarrassed to be calling your father daddy at your age. How rude! What's it to you how I call my daddy? But anyway, I better get out of here. Don't even bother. I've already gave the police your personal information. They'll catch you even if you try and run. Wait! I hear the police sirens. I told the cops that you're at my place. I think they're coming for you. Oh, they just stopped in front of the house. How am I supposed to get out of the house? You can't. Please, tell them to leave. I won't ask you to pay anything. I'll apologize for everything. We can't let someone like you on the loose. We won't want you causing troubles for others. I did this today because I was mad at you. Oh no. I just got a text from my daddy. Did you tell him? I'm actually with your father right now. I thought I should let him know as soon as possible. That's why I went to your place. No! Seems like it. And it looks like your divorce is finalized also. Yeah. That's why I decided to break into your house today. I don't give a shit about anything anymore. Oh, okay. Oh my god! A cop just looked at me in the eyes. Time for you to get arrested. Sophia could not leave the house without getting arrested. Since this wasn't her first time being arrested, they decided to lock her up this time. Her divorce had been finalized and she had been disowned by her father. Once she's released from prison, she will spend her days in hell alone and sad. But since this is the result of her own wrongdoings, she doesn't deserve any empathy. As for me, I'm planning on making an official request to her to pay for the plate she broke and for consolation money. I wish her nothing but suffering from now on.
Hey, Sophia, why don't you get started on dinner? I expect it to be ready by the time I get home in 20 minutes.
Alright. Is pasta okay for tonight?
Pasta? Are we supposed to be broke or something? I'm not stooping down to eat what college students survive on.
I actually love pasta. It's one of Sonny's favorite dishes. And guess what? I already made a big pot of it. I even added chicken and broccoli to make it more filling and nutritious.
Ugh, that sounds absolutely revolting. How on earth can you and Sonny stomach that slop?
It's my grandmother's recipe. My mom used to make it for me when I was a little kid. I thought you liked it.
I tolerated it, but now I don't feel like eating that garbage anymore. Your palate is nowhere near as refined as mine. I want you to make me sushi. That's what I want for dinner.
Alright, I'll see what I can do. Actually, I might have to go to the store.
Stop complaining and just do it.
Okay.
Okay? Is that how you talk to your husband? You mean yes, sir, I hope.
Alright, but before you come home, I have one more request. Sunny is already fast asleep, So when you arrive, could you please try to be quiet? I'll leave the door unlocked for you.
What? How is he already asleep? Shouldn't he be waiting to say goodnight to Father when he gets home? I'm the head of this household, and I demand the respect I deserve.
He really needs his sleep, especially with the finals coming up tomorrow. It's important for him to rest and be prepared. However, if you really insist, I suppose I can wake him up for you.
Good. Do it. What is he doing sleeping anyway? If he has a test tomorrow, shouldn't he be studying instead of wasting his time in bed?
Oh, it's not that kind of final. It's actually the final match for his soccer tournament. He talked about it last night while we were having dinner. I'm not sure if you forgot or simply weren't paying attention.
I'm a busy man with important things to do. Keeping up with his schedule is your job, not mine. And why is he still wasting his time playing soccer? I distinctly remember telling him it's a complete waste of time. He should have quit already, just like I told him to.
But come on. Sonny and his team are killing it out there. It would be such a shame if he called it quits now. They might even end up winning the whole league. His coach really believes in him. Thinks he's got what it takes. Plus, even if going pro doesn't work out, there's still the chance he could score a sports scholarship and go to a great school for free. Besides, he's still only in middle school. It's good for him to get out and have some fun with his friends. He should be able to be a kid at least a little.
Yeah, like that's ever gonna happen. I highly doubt he's even capable of pulling that off. Just go wake him up right now. I expect him to be alert enough to greet his father properly.
But he was out with his team practicing all day. He's exhausted. He needs his rest.
What's the point of all this if he's just gonna end up broke and living on the streets by the time he hits 20? And you think he'll take care of me when I'm old? Yeah, right. I know damn well you won't. He'd be better off studying his butt off now, so he can actually have a shot at success later in life, instead of wasting his days chasing some stupid dream. You're the one holding him back by encouraging this delusion of his.
Oh, here we go again. Are we seriously diving into the blame game once more? Why is it that I always seem to bear the brunt of the blame for everything that goes wrong? I get it. We rushed into marriage before Sonny was born. And you seem to hold me responsible for how things turned out. But let's be real here. It wasn't more my fault than it was yours. Neither of us were truly prepared to be parents at that time.
Oh, maybe you weren't ready, but I sure as hell was. I had a solid plan of how I wanted to raise my son right from the day he was born. And I won't stop until I see it through to the very end. But you just coddle him and let him do whatever he wants. If his grades keep spiraling down the way they are, he's going to turn out just like you.
Do you think that he needs to get his grades up? Maybe if you helped him with studying a little. I'm just saying you could help a little bit more. I just think we could probably both contribute a bit to Sonny's life and help him out a bit more. And some of this isn't anyone's fault.
Oh, what a convenient excuse. Blame it all on someone else, as usual. None of this has anything to do with anyone other than you. Face it, you're just plain unfit to be a mother. I have absolutely nothing to do with it. The only thing I can be thankful for is that he turned out to be a boy.
It wouldn't have been so bad to have a girl.
She would have turned out to be a complete and utter idiot, just like her mother. And you would have coddled her even more than you do with Sonny. Honestly, I wouldn't have a clue what to do if we had a girl. Dodged a bullet there, didn't we?
You call me an idiot. But I feel like I should remind you we both graduated from the same university and I was at the top of our class. Just because I'm a woman doesn't make me inferior to you.
Don't start sassing me again. Take care of your son. You should be thankful that I even bothered to marry you. You can barely even manage to feed me. Hey, Sophia? You forgot to put silverware in with my lunch. What's the deal?
I could have sworn I put them in the bag. Aren't there some on top? I just washed the dishes last night and I remember putting in a fresh set before I went to bed just so I wouldn't forget. I even made sure they're from the set you prefer. Did you look through the entire bag? I might have put them in one of the pockets.
Of course I did. Do you think I'm stupid?
No, of course not. I'm sorry. I guess I could have forgotten to put them in. Maybe your office has some plastic ones you can use in the kitchen?
I'm not going to do that. I wouldn't be caught dead using plastic. I'm better than that. I deserve to eat with real silverware, not cheap plastic stuff like a poor person's picnic.
I'm not sure what else you can do then.
How have you not figured it out already? You'll come here and bring me a fresh set of cutlery.
You want me to go all the way to your office just to bring you a knife and fork?
Yes, exactly. I expect you to do what you're supposed to do to fix the problem that you created. If you make a mistake on the job, you're the one who's supposed to fix it. If you don't, you get fired. That's how the world works, but you're too stupid to know that. I shouldn't have to suffer just because you messed up.
Suffer? Are you really going to suffer if you have to use plastic?
I'm too busy to root through the kitchen just to eat my lunch.
If you're so busy, you should just eat it with what you can get. Maybe someone has something you can borrow.
Use someone else's silverware? That's disgusting.
You do it all the time at a restaurant.
That's different. Look, the faster you get my silverware, the faster this is over.
Fine. It's going to take me a while to get downtown right now. It's going to take me at least an hour to get there.
What? Why is it going to take that long? By the time you get here, my lunch break will be over.
There's an accident on the highway. Traffic is backed up for a mile. I'll have to go the long way to get there.
You better leave now then. And you're going to have to go well over the speed limit if you're going to make it.
I'm not going to risk getting a ticket just to get you a new fork.
Get here now. If you're not going to make it in time, I expect an apology at the very least.
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure I believe you. Didn't sound very sincere.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Are you making fun of me? I can't believe you won't do this one little thing for your husband. Don't bother. I'm done putting up with your attitude. I don't need you to bring me anything. I'll just throw everything away. Happy?
That seems like a big waste of food.
You know what? I've just realized something. It's all leftovers. I was expecting a freshly made meal, not this slop.
You seemed okay with it before. I know there are women who make everything from scratch first thing in the morning before their husbands even wake up. But I just don't think I'm cut out for that. I can respect the women who go out of their way to do all that, but it's so much work. I'd have to get up before the crack of dawn just to make you lunch. Not to mention breakfast on top of that.
Isn't that what's expected of wives at the bare minimum? If you're packing leftovers for my lunch, you might as well be giving me table scraps. I'm no better than a dog to you.
It's not like that at all. Anyway, I want to get this resolved. Do you want me to make you a new lunch?
Finally, you're starting to get it. You really are a brainless little idiot. It shouldn't take this long to get it through your thick skull.
Why are you so mad about this? It's just some silverware.
Just some silverware? It's not just anything.
I still don't understand why you can't use the plastic.
It's over.
What's over?
I've lost my appetite talking to you. You can't even do the easy stuff right. We're getting a divorce.
A divorce? Are you serious? Don't joke about things like that.
I'm not joking. I've been thinking about it for a while now. I married you because we didn't have a choice. I thought I was doing the right thing and being a man by marrying you. At least at first it was for Sunny's sake. But I didn't realize you'd be such a useless piece of trash.
What about Sunny? What do you think is going to happen to him if you leave?
I'll take care of him. I wouldn't leave him with you to let him rot away under your influence. You won't be able to afford it anyway.
Maybe not. But there's definitely no way you could take care of him. You can barely wash a dish. You don't know how a plunger from a frying pan. You can't feed yourself, let alone your son.
Then I'll hire someone or learn to cook or something. There's absolutely no way I'd let him stay with you. You're a bad influence on our son. All you do is let him kick around a ball and run around with his friends when he should be studying. He should be getting straight A's. It's all because you don't push him to do more. All you do is screw things up. I should have kept you away from Sunny from the beginning.
What do you mean? I do everything I possibly can for the both of you. I cook every meal. I clean the entire house every day. I manage your money. I take Sunny to school and go to every game and practice. I barely have a second for myself, but it doesn't matter what I do. It never seems to be enough for you. You're never satisfied. I think you're just being irrational. Clearly, you're just hungry since you didn't eat your lunch. It's making you grumpy. I'll be sure to have a big dinner for you when you get home. Once you've eaten, we can all have a real conversation about all of this.
No, I'm not going to talk to you about this anymore. I'm done. The only thing I'll be doing when I get home is giving you divorce papers. It's sad how much of a disappointment you are. To think I actually thought you might be worth keeping around when we got married. I'm sorry I ever married you.
Emmanuel, why did I just get a letter in the mail about a meeting to arbitrate our divorce proceedings? What is this about?
Don't you remember? I said I was dissatisfied with our marriage, so I took some initiative. Without even telling you, of course. I thought you would be more grateful. I'm giving you an out. Now you don't have to waste time failing to take care of me and Sunny. You can go find some sad little job flipping burgers while I continue to be successful and raise Sunny to be the man he should be, instead of the soft little idiot you're turning him into.
I can't believe you're doing this. I thought you were joking. Is this really about that thing with the silverware? I checked by the way when you brought it home. They were in the bag the entire time. If anyone should be apologizing, it should be you to me. Divorce is the last thing I expected.
Do you really think that's the real reason? I'm not so petty as to divorce you over a stupid fork. You should be apologizing to me for being such a terrible wife. You can't do anything right. You can barely do any housework. And what you do manage to get off your butt to do is awful. You're forgetful, neglectful, and you hardly even bothered to do the absolute bare minimum. I've been wanting an out of this dead-end marriage for ages, practically since the moment you said I do.
Was it really that bad? I thought you were happy for a while anyway. Why do we get married if you hated me all this time?
I did it for our son. Of course, I'll take care of him like I said I would. And before you say anything, yes, I'll manage it without you. You need to get out of my life.
I guess this is really happening.
It's already happened. I don't know why you don't believe it. I guess you really are that stupid.
Fine, I'll live. Are you even planning on coming home tonight? I haven't seen you and I don't even know how long. Are you staying at a hotel again?
Yeah, I am. They include meals with the cost of the room. It's cheap hotel food, continental breakfast and dried chicken, but it's better than eating your slop at least. At least I can get something reasonably edible here. And now that you're out of the picture, I wanted to treat myself to something palatable. But now you'll be gone and I can have my house back.
The divorce may be underway, but we haven't negotiated everything yet. We need to figure out who gets what. I know you keep a separate account and I won't go after the money. But we need to figure out what happens to Sonny. And we need to deal with all the details of taking care of him.
It's already decided. I'll take Sonny. You can try to convince the judge, but that's not going to do you any good. He's my child. I was the one who paid for his school and all his bills. I've put in more work earning the money for all that than you do just carrying him around. They'll hand him right over to me for sure.
Shouldn't Sonny have some say in this?
Sonny is like me. He's not an idiot. He'll know that what I say to do is the right thing. He's old enough to understand that.
Whatever. Do what you want. I'm happy to give you just parental rights if you want, if that's all you're after.
Looks like you finally get it. It's for the best. You couldn't keep him alive anyway. What else do you have to give? You're a useless lump of a woman. You're not even worth throwing in the trash. I'm surprised you gave in so easily, though. Not that an idiot like you would understand any of this. Where is he? Where's Sonny? Did you take him?
He came to me of his own free will.
Like I believe that. Bring him back immediately. I'll call the police if you don't. I have full parental rights. You're lucky I let him see you at all. I'll have them arrest you for kidnapping.
All you wanted was the rights. When we negotiated paternity, all you said you wanted were the rights. So that's what you got. If you'd bothered to read the agreement, you would have seen that you're the one with the legal right to call them your son. But I'm the one who retains the responsibility for everything else because I have custody.
What? That's ridiculous. There's no way that's right. I'm his father. I have the legal rights over him.
You really know nothing about how this works, do you? Parental rights and custody are two entirely different things. Custody means that I'm his legal guardian and that he will live under my care. I'm the one with the right to give permission and decide what's best for him. Parental rights just means he's your son, legally speaking.
You tricked me.
I didn't do anything. You tricked yourself. The attorney explained all of this to you, but you just ignored her and let it happen. You had plenty of opportunities to make a different decision. But you had your mind made up. You wanted the parental rights, so that's what you got.
Wait, does that mean you get him and you get the house and everything else too?
That's right. Don't worry. I left you enough to live off.
Give me back my son and my money and my house too.
Well, I would, but it's a little too late now. The house is already on the market, don't worry. I only have the money in our joint account. It's still quite a bit, but I know you have plenty stashed away in your personal savings. And by the way, you should be getting a paper about the division of assets from my lawyer soon. I give it a good look just so you're not accidentally taking something that's no longer yours.
You're stealing from me.
It's not stealing if it's legal. Also, there should be information about child support with it. Make sure you stick to the payment schedule or the police will be after you to make sure you pay up. After all, I'm just a young, helpless, stupid woman with no job or way to support myself. You're the big strong man with the important job. You're the breadwinner. Go win some bread. Now that you don't have a family anymore, you should have plenty of time to earn enough to pay the bills, so no excuse for missing your payments.
I can't believe this. How did you convince the judge this was okay?
It wasn't that hard. I had proof that you were unfaithful to me and an unsuitable parent. Your messages went a long way to convince her that you were verbally abusive. But I had a little more evidence as well. I came across a few photos that she found to be quite revealing of who you truly are.
What photos? How did you get them?
Oh, it wasn't hard. Did you forget that the photos on your phone are saved to the cloud? All I had to do was look at my laptop and there it was. I have to say, it's quite a good photo. You have a knack for photography. You should consider becoming a professional.
What are you talking about? That's not me. It's just a photo I found on the internet.
That's clearly you. I have some more with better angles if you're not convinced.
How did you get a hold of this? You're too stupid to use a stove, let alone a computer.
Oh, it wasn't that hard once I figured it out. Surprisingly, it was Sonny who showed me. He actually stumbled upon it while he was searching for the photos I took of his soccer game. The one you conveniently missed, by the way. Sonny caught on pretty quickly. He's such a clever kid. He showed me how to check the metadata on the photos, and let me tell you, it had some interesting details. It showed when and where the photo was taken. Turns out it was snapped about a month ago, right around the area where that hotel of yours is. Technology truly is remarkable, isn't it?
I can't believe Sonny was the one who showed you this. Why would he do this to me?
He said he doesn't want to live with you anymore. He was complaining that his soon-to-be stepmom stinks of perfume and wears awful makeup. And all she does is complain whenever he's around. She doesn't seem to like him very much. And he doesn't seem to like her very much either.
That little brat! I guess he's more like you than I thought. He's just a little idiot, just like his stupid mother.
I can't help but wonder what would have happened if I had found your photos a few months ago. Maybe it would have changed things. And we wouldn't be talking about divorce. By the way, those photos are really something. You should consider showing them to people, like your co-workers. I bet someone at your workplace would appreciate them. Maybe even your boss would find them interesting. Especially considering how much that woman resembles his ex-wife. Didn't they go just through a divorce recently too? It's quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Wait, what are you up to? Did you send them to him?
Oh, me? I didn't do anything. But you never know what might happen. My hand might slip, and I'd accidentally send something to the wrong email address. If I'm as stupid as you say, who knows what I could do? I'll screw up at some point.
Are you threatening me? Is this blackmail?
Oh no, of course not. But you might want to set a bit extra with your child support checks. Just to make sure I don't accidentally do something silly.
I can't believe you do this to me.
I wouldn't say I'd do it. If anything, it'd be worse for me. How embarrassing it would be for everyone to find out about my husband cheating on me with an awful woman like that. I couldn't stand it, so don't worry. As long as I have enough money to keep me and Sonny fed, I'll be sure to pay extra careful attention to make sure nothing bad happens. No one would want that, least of all me.
You better not. I'll pay. Don't worry about that.
And you'll pay for his school too, I hope. That private academy you insisted on sending him to isn't cheap.
Yeah?
Good. I'm glad we've come to an understanding. That's all I care about. As long as Sonny is taken care of. Actually, you know what? I'll make you a deal. Let's both wash our hands of all this. Why don't you pay me everything you owe in child support in one lump sum? That way you can just be done with it.
Do you know how much money that is? There's no way I can afford that.
Well, if you can't, I think you're just going to be stuck owing us until Sonny turns 18. Or really until he graduates college. You'll pay for that too, right?
Yeah, whatever you say. Just delete the photos. I want to be done with this.
That was a little rude, wasn't it? Shouldn't you be saying, yes, ma'am?
I can't believe this.
What was that? I was distracted looking at the photos again. They really are just fantastic.
I mean, yes, ma'am.
Good. Now that we've come to an understanding, I expect to see things sorted on your end soon.
You will.
I'll let you know once I have deleted the photos, when I get around to it. Out of fear of his photos being leaked, Emmanuel complied, opening a college fund for Sonny and paying his school fees. Coincidentally, the photos circulated at his office, leading to his job loss. Although he found a new job, he struggled to make ends meet. His girlfriend left, leaving him single and financially strained. On the other hand, Sonny and I found a peaceful new apartment away from Emmanuel's chaos. Sonny excelled academically and got into a prestigious high school, funded by his father. As a freshman, he shines in varsity soccer, attracting scouts for future scholarships. With divorce money, we celebrated Sonny's achievement with a trip to Florida's theme parks, excluding Manuel. Despite the challenges in divorce, I have no regrets, as I now live freely. My focus is supporting Sonny to become his best self.